Alright, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Bahamut, your caster. This is a Division B matchup. On the left, we're going to have Divine 9, and on the right, it is going to be Reborn, Knights Red. And I was finding out a little bit of drama about this before we started out. Jason was actually telling me Jason, the captain of Divine 9, was actually like, it's a little awkward because he used to be the captain of Reborn, Knights Red. So we got some interesting games in our hands here. Let's get into this though really quickly. The coin flip was won by Reborn Knights Red. They banned out Cursed Hollow. Tomb of the Spider Queen was taken away by Divine 9. Battlefield of Eternity was first picked by Reborn Knights Red, and Divine 9 was like, you know what? We're going to keep it within the Diablo franchise. Then we're going to be going to Infernal Shrines for game number 2 here. But let's go ahead and get into this. Thank you guys and gals, thank you so much for waiting for the games to get going here. I do apologize for the delay on that. Just had to get that last member in there. They were updating their Heroes of the Storm game. So we'll see. We'll see. Also, Party Boy Corey and Jake the Snake TM, how you doing? Thanks for coming by. Phantoms, I see you as well in there. And Slacks, the games were phenomenal. Can't wait to see you guys in the future. All right. Draft time. Divine 9 going to be banning out that Greymane, and the Mayav going to be taken away by Reborn Knights Red. Great for this map, the brawly aspect, and the Mortal Burn on the side of Divine 9's ban, and just the fight aspect from the Mayav and the grouping. But we have the Diablo first picked from Divine 9. Extremely strong hero for all these brawly areas, as well as a lot of great places to Shadow Charge and peel some of the members away from each other. But in response, they're going to go ahead and grab the Garrosh Stukov, a strong composition here. You start out with a really good you can get a great toss into a silence, and I think that's absolutely phenomenal. I just looked over in the Nexus Gaming Series casting channel, and there is a face swap of me and Cat Peach, and I'm going to make that your staff photo. These are too good. All right, as I choke on my spit. Oh my god. All right, sorry about that. Let's get back into this. We have a draft to talk about. God, those pictures. All right, so Sonya and Li Ming going to be picked up on the side of Divine 9. Sonya great for that solo lane, pairs well into the Diablo, and then Li Ming for the resets, the poke damage into the Immortal, as well as just the poke damage and resets into the Immortal. Like I said it already, and I'm like, there's more into it, but I mean, we'll see what they build with their composition. I think the reset value from Li Ming can be extremely powerful here, and we'll have to see what they pick up on the side of Reborn Knights Red. But we got a ban phase, and if I'm sitting on the side of Reborn Knights Red, I would choke out the supports. I would get rid of a Malfurion here. The Malfurion would pair well into the Diablo, as well as the Invigorate is really great for the Li Ming. It makes sense. It's a strong ban. They've already got their Stukov. I mean, if they didn't have the Stukov, I would maybe consider it, but that is a bit risky, seeing as how. Oh, no, excuse me. They have first pick after the ban phase, so no, they'll be. They could have gone for the Malfurion if they didn't have the Stukov, but Genji actually going to be banned out on the side of Divine 9. Interesting to me, because I don't know. Well, the Genji can go for either team, but it's extremely strong for the Divine 9, so they could have rolled the dice and potentially been like, yo, we're going to go for a double reset composition, just have all this peel and movement from our Diablo, but we're really just going to have to see here. I don't know. I like the bans. I like the bans so far. I think they're not a little. They're very heads up and just making sure that the enemy team doesn't really get anything that pairs well with their composition. Maybe they know something I don't about the Genji play. That's possible, but they're going to need something. They're going to need a solo laner, and they're going to need a Mortal Burn as well as something to team fight with. I like the idea of a Thrall here as well. I think in a 4-member rotation, I think that can be strong. Crash Lightning is great. They're going to grab Hanzo for the burn onto the Immortal, something I did not talk about as well. And then Malthael for the solo lane into the Sonya Diablo can be really strong. Actually, I really like this. The Hanzo for the burn onto the Immortal is going to be extremely powerful. Malthael in the solo lane is extremely nerve-wracking because Sonya below 50% health. Last rites, goodbye. Like, that's going to be it. But, oh. Okay. Okay. That is going to be an Uther Kerrigan. That's a lot of CC on the side of Divine 9. You've got, let's just throw this out there. Shadow Charge, Overpower. Then you've got Kerrigan combo, Uther Stun, Li Ming Spear, Sonya Spear, and then Li Ming just dumping damage into you. So what do you do in this situation? What do you do to deal with this? Do you go for a block maybe? Do you go into a Cassia? Maybe kind of mitigate some of that dive potential for them? They're going to need... Malthael could solo lane, but they could pick up something more for the front line. Or they could just go into a mage here and just have extra damage. There's a lot of choices here. I was going to say Junkrat maybe, but I don't know. It's a bit out there, I think, in my opinion. I think they need something a little bit stronger here. Okay, no, it's going to be that Thrall. It's going to be the Thrall we talked about. I think it pairs well into their composition. I'm just a little worried that their front line is going to get melted fairly. Garrosh, Malthael, and a Thrall. It's very frontline heavy, so I don't know. I really don't know who to get this over to. I think it's, I mean, the sustain in the fight that comes out of Divine 9, I think is really, really strong. But at the same time, there's a lot of sustain still on the side for Reborn Knights Red. I mean, you've got Malthael's got self-heal, so does Thrall. Stukov's there with the Pustule. Garrosh has got some self-healing as well. So let's get into this and find out what these two teams are going to be doing here, because I honestly, like, I can look at it both ways. And I'm just like, I think either or could really take this game. Oops. I'll make sure that we also got our tweets out. Yes. Okay, cool. All right. Let's go ahead and we're going to get into this game number 1 between these two teams in just a second. I did not realize. Oh, Graysville, thank you for the 100 bits. Sorry that those did not go off at this time. I'll redo the bit alert once we get out of this. There is I turn off all the alerts during casted gameplay, so we will. Don't worry. I noticed you, Gravesville. I will get your alert resent once we get out of this game. But either way, let's get into this game number 1 between Divine 9 and Reborn Knights Red. On the left-hand side, we're going to be having Divine 9 with Jason going to be on the Li Ming, Rabid Penguin on the Diablo, Judge Brad going to be on the Uther, Phantom's going to be on that Kerrigan, and Joker 490 Frozen going to be on the Sonya. On the right-hand side, we are going to be having Reborn Knights Red with Malkor going to be on the Malthael, Sigi Stamop going to be on the Hanzo, Ninja going to be on the Garrosh, Stockington going to be on the Stukov, and Rising Guard going to be on the Thrall. Let's go ahead. Let's get into this as we do currently have Malthael in that solo lane going to top, and we actually have a little bit of a, you know, I would say not counter rotation. Sigi can just be poking out here every so often. I like this bush from Divine 9. Malkor waiting. They haven't shown their Sonya either. They don't know where any of the enemy team is at all. How long can this go on for? That is the question. Oh my god. And even Phantom's just taking that long rotation around. Malkor gonna scout them. I think maybe... I don't know if they've seen this yet. We'll see here, as it looks like they're going to go ahead. They wait for the wave. The whole thing goes by, and they're just going to go ahead and start to work on this. Meanwhile, though, in bottom lane, we are going to be having the 4 members of Reborn Knights Red going to be going ahead and just sieging into this. So it looks like we're just going to burn between the 2 lanes. Stugov going to be pushing back Sonya a little bit, so no poke damage going to be coming out, as well as Malkor. I mean, is this what we're going to be having for the first minute and a half? Okay, no. They're going to be backing off, at least in bottom lane, but top lane's been opened up quite a bit. I think Jason's actually hitting the voice lines as well. They go ahead and they take out the well. They will be able to take this out before they rotate top. They get that clear. Diablo going to get those couple fire stomps out. Jason going to get some poke damage out here, but RK Ninja going to get dismounted. They don't get the stun. Looking for a toss. Going to get it onto the Kerrigan. Going to be able to have, and maybe actually that might be a bad spot, as it looks like the silence was there, but Arcade Ninja taking a little bit of damage, a little worrisome there. Looks like, though, at this time we are going to be having a lot of the members up here in this top lane, but we actually have a rotation coming out. I wonder if they're going to be trying to go for the gank onto Malkor here, as it looks like maybe they can get that get them a little bit further into this lane. Phantom's going to be scouting out this bush. They go ahead and they jump out. That will be the pull in. The combo comes out, and that is the first kill of the game, going over to the members of Divine 9. Meanwhile, though, in top lane, still 4 members persist into the 3, so they did rotate the Kerrigan down there, and they got that kill, but they are going to get sieged in a wee bit in this top lane. Divine 9 going to be trying to poke this out, but actually the stun, the silence, oh boy, that is going to be a response, a clapback, if you will. Reborn Knights Red going to be going ahead and getting a kill onto Li Ming there. Going to go ahead and grab a siege camp for the top lane themselves, as the bottom camp was picked up by Phantoms and Joker. It looks like they're going to go ahead and rotate over, grab this siege camp, excuse me, the bruiser camp, and have that push into the top lane, as this is going to be the siege camp from the members of Reborn Knights Red to push in a little bit here with this camp. Will be cleared out fairly quickly. Not going to be grabbing their own, though. Just posturing around their Immortal for the defense. Jason going to get a little bit of a poke in here, as they did grab their camp. That will be pressuring the bottom lane. Maltheo going to start working on the Immortal with the Hanzo. They do not have the... Actually, I apologize for missing that. Uther going to be falling here in this little top brawl. But I was going to note that the Hanzo had like no mana, didn't have the 7 talent for the cooldown reduction, but still having the bonus on the damage is still a huge aspect. And we can already see that Immortal had taken quite a bit of health, quite a bit of health has been taken away from that Immortal. Maltheo going to be working in this bottom lane, as it is crashing into the gate. Going to need to get that clear. They actually are going to sneak this camp. They scout it. Maltheo's still in that bottom. Uther back as well. They dive onto Arcade Ninja. They get the stun combo. We actually get a combo from the Kerrigan at this time. Heal going to be coming out from Judge Bread. Rising Guard going to be so low. Going to be getting that pustule from Stockington, but they start to body block the Stukov here. Excuse me, the Garrosh here. Judge Bread getting flipped over the wall, but luckily the gate was burned down so much earlier. Phantom's going to be pushed back at this time. A couple of the members going to need to tap well and just heal up a bit. And then I'm just kind of quickly skimming through talents here. Nothing crazy out of the ordinary, it looks like to me. Poke damage coming back out. We do have Hanzo and Maltheo working on the enemy Immortals, so at this time, I will say that is in favor for the members of Reborn Knights Red, as we do currently have typically a race, but we'll see what they end up deciding on the side of Divine 9. Looks like they know they can't race, especially with that Hanzo approaching 7 as well. Going to have the cooldown reduction, be able to just get shots off every couple seconds. Toss and silence out as well. So much damage going on to the Kerrigan, who needs to back out of here. That will be just Kerrigan gonna have to be almost zoned away. Arcade Ninja, though, falling really low here. Jason getting the nice orb onto them. Some poke damage going to be coming out from a couple of the members of Reborn Knights Red. Shadow Charge in, gonna pull them away. Ninja gonna go ahead and get dove on by a few members, but that toss onto the Diablo at least stalled it out for a couple seconds. Siga gonna be going and getting out of here, but that will be the Sonya falling. So Garrosh for a Sonya in response, but Rising Guard gonna get Shadow Charged in on that. Will be the Thrall falling. They start to try and work on this, as the Hanzo is really low on mana, not gonna be able to work on getting those arrows in there, as Kerrigan will start to just get some stabs and work on this Immortal here, as Jason will be doing the exact same. Now they left this by a they left it to Malkor, and even then Malkor is still a phenomenal Immortal burn on the Maltheo. They're doing percentage-based damage. So I remember like when Maltheo came out, that was a strong pick for this map, and I personally don't think it's really fallen off. I mean, there are better heroes, but in this situation, even if the Hanzo can't do work, you leave a Maltheo by themselves, it's going to get this Immortal, and that is going to be the situation here, as it looks like they want to de-push their top lane, get as much experience as possible, and work their way into this front gate. Try and get, trying to just get ahead and create a level deficit. That's really the big thing on this map, and just having some sort of advantage and then pressing into the enemy team with that. Meanwhile, though, really quickly, just peeking to the bottom, Joker going into Malkor here, doing pushing the lane as best they can. We'll try and keep an eye on that between those two, because we know they're going to be brawling it out, as it looks like this will be the fort staying potentially alive. Toss going to be going out onto Rabid Penguin. They also get double stunned out. That will be the cleanse coming out as well. The Shadow Charge to get them right back in there. The Immortal has fallen at this time. Silence out from the Stukov. So that is going to be Malkor getting the kill onto the Sonya in the bottom lane. That is a huge pickup for them. continuing to create a bigger experience gap between these two teams, as well as just having the free push in bottom lane going to be getting a ton of value for their team. They saved the top 4, and I think it's got like 500 health, 473. So not a whole lot of health left. Oh, Hanzo arrow? I can target sonic arrows? That's interesting. But Hanzo going to be looking to just get that poke onto it. Just trying to get into range. Not going to be enough. They're going to need one more. But either way, still that experience is going to be very beneficial for them on the side of Reborn Knights. Red, it will push them closer into that 10 range, and they will be able to go ahead and just take even more aggressive fights. I'm like waiting with bated breath. Okay, so they're going to go ahead and get it. No big deal. Meanwhile, though, in bottom lane, really quickly, I saw Phantoms down there with Joko, but Malcor is still going to be by that gate just fine. They are on the precipice of 10, so I'm curious what they do with this advantage. The Immortals will be popping up here, I think, in the next minute or so. And it looks like they're just going to play the safe, rotate around the map, and go ahead and grab the siege camp. I was thinking that they would utilize their advantage and press into this bruiser camp and try and take an aggressive fight, but that is going to be Lacerates on the Malthael, Earthquake from the Thrall, Dragon Arrow from the Hanzo, Warlord's Challenge from the Garrosh, and we have... Interesting. We have Flailing Swipe out from the Stukov. No massive shove. I don't think they're going to be able to rotate onto this on time. No, they're a little too late. They can get the clear on this before it enters the lane, which will be beneficial for them, but they're going to go ahead and just turn right under this Immortal, and they say, you know what, we've got the 10, we've got the advantage, let's just try and take this as quick as possible. And you can see the burn onto this is so quick. Garrosh anchoring a little bit for the team, making sure that they do see the members rotating in at this time. Hanzo are going to be doing the exact same. 10s, though, achieved for Divine 9. We'll see what they do with this. It looks like they're going to want to fight. We have the Divine Shield out from the Uther, Maelstrom from the Kerrigan, Apocalypse from the Diablo, Wrath of Berserker from the Sonya, and Wave of Force from that Li Ming. Let's see this as we have the Shadow Charge in. No, oh, actually, we have the flip onto Siga. The Hanzo is going to get the arrow out. The Silence is going to be out as well. Kerrigan going to get the D-Shield. The Apocalypse is out at this time as well. They get the Shadow Charge onto one of the members here. That will be Malthael falling very early in this fight. That's a huge pickup for the members of Divine 9 as a nice orb comes out from Jason, pushing them back here. That will zone them away, but here's the thing. They have got the advantage, at least in the Immortal Burn, so they need to keep a couple members around here as they get the toss onto the Kerrigan. Cleanse will not be there in time, but Joker trying to get into that backline. Siga going to need to back off at this time. That Hanzo needing to leave. Ninja going to be just fine, but taking quite a bit of damage, pushing them back. Also popping to pop the Indomitable. The other thing to note is that they haven't even moved on the enemy Immortal on the side of Divine 9, and they're already going to need to respond to something from the members of Reborn Knights. Oh, Joker going to get thrown over, and that will be the kill on the Sonya. Folks, this is why you just take Leap every time. Li Ming gonna be picked off as well. No, I'm just kidding. But that will be a Immortal picked up in favor for the members of Reborn Knights Red, and this is going to be going into that bottom lane, pressuring into the fort. It's fully shielded. It's about 10 minutes in the game. I don't know if they can get more than the fort and the keep front gate, but I think there's a possibility for it. I definitely think that they can go in if they fight this well and they move into that backline fairly easily, or they get a pick like they have been. I think Reborn Knights Red can definitely get very far with the Immortals. They've already burned down the fort. Phantom setting up for a flank here. Diablo as well. They're setting themselves up just to get into that backline. They want to get into Stockington. They want to shut down that support as quickly as possible. The Lurking Arm ending. The Kerrigan going to go ahead and pop the Maelstrom. There will be the Divine Shield as well, and they get the Apocalypse on top of that. No one falling just yet. Not a single person has fallen. Judgebred actually going to be the target of the last rites. I think it was interrupted there or just canceled out, but the thing is, the Immortal getting worked down here still has half of its shield. Well, I was going to say half its shielding. At this point, it's going to be moving into melee range, but here's the thing. They got the gate. 13s are achieved on the side for Reborn Knights, and they could pressure in further with this. They get the toss onto the Kerrigan. There are no assets for this, but they get the leap out. That will be the Flailing Swipe. Arcane Ninja is going to make it out alive. What? That I was not expecting. I was just like, there goes the Garrosh, but no. They aren't going to be getting the Garrosh anytime soon, so that will be 13s, though, achieved on the side of Reborn Knights Red. Divine 9 a level away, so the deficit, it's still not too big, but they need to just get this. They need to get an even talent tier and find an even fight. The thing is, like, Reborn's draft, not Reborn's draft, Divine 9's draft works really well in the fight situation, but they don't have much burn on the Immortal, and the problem with Uther Pick is they can't win sustained fights. They need, yup. Thank you so much, Gravesville, because you took the words right out of my mouth. Thank you. Okay. They can't fight under the Immortals, nor can they, exactly how you said it, they can't do long fights. They have to take the fight quickly, and that doesn't work because you've got the Stukov, you've got the Thrall, you've got the Malthael, you've got Garrosh, who's got some self-healing as well with the armor on top of that. There's so many aspects of this that are just really, really strong for Reborn Knights. And I'm not saying that Divine 9 can't win this. They definitely can. They just need to be getting those solo target picks. They need to be taking the quick team fights that they need. And that's the big thing. That's how their comp works. They just need to get one member separated, Malthael being pulled away, but that is going to be the Earthquake and the Toss, actually. Combination not going to be connecting, but that will be the Apocalypse happening, as well as the Hanzo arrow. Sigi is going to be getting so much damage out here, but that will be the kill onto the Stukov. This is what they needed to do here. They get the dive onto the Garrosh. That will be a follow-up kill. That is also another reset, and that is going to be the Thrall dying here as Malkor gets chased by a couple, and it looks like they want to get this kill as well. Malkor, I was like, are they looking for the last rites? But that is not going to be happening. We have bottom lane pressure. We have top lane pressure. But here's the thing. This is the play they needed. This is exactly what Divine 9 needed. They got the picks they need, and now they can move on to this Immortal. They pop the Wrath Berserker. Judge Breg going to be helping out as best they can. Kerrigan going to jump in as well. Siga Stamop is going to be doing the best they can just to poke into this, but this will be the first half of the Immortal phase going over in favor for Divine 9. Now, Malthael will be back in time for the second phase, I think. I don't think they have to give this over 100%. They're going to need to take an immediate fight, though. They're going to need to go into this right away. The cooldowns are in favor for the members of Reborn Knights Red, in my opinion, but we'll have to see here as Malthael is rotating in at this time. The members are postured up around the Immortal. I'm just like waiting with bated breath. I'm like, is it going to happen? All right, but actually, Reborn Knight is going to go ahead and just rotate onto the Immortal themselves and start to work on this. Divine 9, they've got to find an entry for this. They got some poke out from Jason. Toss going to be going out onto Rabbit Penguin. Taunt out as well. They don't have an Apocalypse. Actually, they do have an Apocalypse. That is going to be the silence out as well at this time. Last Right's not connecting onto the right hero. Judge Breg going to be taking that just fine. Malkor so low in the situation. Possibly going to be coming out. There is also going to be the stun out from the Immortal. Not going to be connecting, but that is going to be Ninja getting separated from the team. They actually also get stunned. There's a Flailing Swipe to push back some of the members here, but Ninja's all by themselves. If they can realize this on the side of Divine 9, they can capitalize on this. They get the Shadow Charge in. Arcade Ninja's so low here, but they don't get the kill. Oh, actually, they get the kill onto the Malthael. The Apocalypse comes out as well. That is going to be the Stukov falling here. Rising Guard will be as well. They get the dive onto the Hanzo, and that is going to be 4 members killed. Divine 9 getting the picks they needed and continuing to keep this game real interesting. They're going to go ahead and they grab this Immortal, and this will be pushing down into the bottom lane, and they'll have the 16 advantage for this. Now, this is about a 16-minute Immortal by the time it spawns, gets killed, all that good stuff. So the scaling in it is extremely powerful. The bottom has been opened up from that first push of the game, if I'm not... No, this is from the Sonya. I'm thinking of this first push of the game, but that is going to be the third Immortal, I do believe, going over in favor for Divine 9. Reborn Knights Red, they're gonna need to get their players down here. They've got, it's 16-14. They're all back and alive, but I think the safe play here, you kind of poke at this, you just kind of give it over, but you really don't aggress too hard on this. 16-15, not gonna say it's an instant win. You definitely can win in a fight like this, but it's just real risky. What to see here. The other thing to note really quickly is that Diablo has full souls. So the healing is extremely powerful for the Diablo. You can just see, like, a regen globe and I think like a heal from Uther is just back to full health from taking a little bit of damage. We'll see here, though. They start to siege in on this. The Stukov Lurking Arm is going to be out for some zoning. They're just trying to keep them out of that gate. The Immortal is going to move out of the range mode after the shields are lost here. The toss is going to go out onto Penguin, and that is going to be Arcade Ninja. Oh my god, with so little health. 20 health. Arcade Ninja had 20 health. They try to get this kill, but they do. Jason getting the resets they're looking for. This is going to be the Immortal sitting at about a quarter health, maybe a little bit less, but they want to end this. They want to go into core. 17-15. Divine 9, they're going to have the silence out. The Thrall's going to be popping the Earthquake at this time. Malcor going to be actually going to be trying to get on one of these members, but that is going to be the Divine Shield coming out. They do have Last Rites available. They just need to find someone who's a little bit below 50% health, and they can just get that benefit, but that is going to be the blow up onto Malthael, the blow up onto Thrall, and at this point, this will be the core falling, and that is going to be game number 1 going over to Divine 9. GG. Well played. Oh. A little too early there, but Infernal Shrines will be our game number 2. I need to also update the team scores. Oop, all done. All right. Sorry, they're like Judge Brett. I like your 999. I'm assuming player level for Divine 9 very focused. Like just keeping your level, your account level perfect. Yeah, no, if you are enjoying the stream, please obviously hit the follow for here. I do have a Twitter account that I also tweet from for the matches that are usually going live, as well as when I'm doing kind of off-casting streams. I do want to note really quickly, and I'm going to try and note this as much as possible, on Saturday, May 26th, so this Saturday, I will be doing a Heroes for Charity stream. I'm going to be on their channel. I'm going to be streaming from 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 2 p.m. So I'm in there for a 4-hour block. All donations are going towards St. Jude, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, just please come by and support the stream. Even if you just watch and just get eyes on us, that's all that's the big thing. I mean, just getting the info out there that we're trying to raise money. Like, so yeah, yeah. I try and start neutral and cast, but when I'm not casting, I'll cheer on whoever. I just happen to know RKR. No, that's exactly it. Yeah, like I try and stay neutral during casts. I try to so hard. But when I'm not casting, yeah, I'll cheer on teams all the time. Absolutely. All right, let's get into this draft here. So Reborn Knights Red, they're going to be taking out that Kerrigan now. Infernal Shrines is a Kerrigan-friendly map, so definitely wouldn't be too surprised to see if they pulled it out there. Plus, I emergency sub for them Friday night and played horribly. Oh no! Great. I'm sure they appreciate it though. Like, I'm sure that was actually huge for them to be able to have that. Because like I personally, like, even when I'm casting, like when I find out the teams have to like forfeit a game, like I feel horrible for that team. Because like, I don't know about you guys, but like I look forward to this all day. Like I am just like, when I'm working, I'm just like 6 o'clock's gonna hit, and that means I get to start casting games. Like, and then I get off of here and I go watch movies. No, actually, I get off of here and I usually get off this computer and then go in my living room and watch Heroes on my tablet and then throw on a TV show that I'm ignoring because I'm watching Heroes on my tablet. But let's get into this draft here, friends, as we do have the Garrosh picked up on the side of Reborn Knights Red. They go into pretty much the same start of the draft, but they're going to tweak it a bit here and grab the Kael'thas. I do like that for their team here. It's a strong combo into what they've already drafted as well as on this map. Now, flipping over to Divine 9's draft really quickly, the Sonya and Jaina I think is great. Great for the Shrine, great for the poke from the Jaina, as well as the slow, which allows Sonya to capitalize and some of the other members here. But with the Garrosh, Stukov, Kael'thas picked up here, I think that they either prioritize the solo lanes to kind of make it a little bit harder for them to draft something in that lane, or they take out some sort of damage that either they know that they would be strong with. I don't hate the idea of that Malthael being banned out again, but at the same time, like Dahaka's viable. I think that's great. Greymane, yeah, it could work for either team, honestly. I think the Greymane would be strong for either team. Let's see here though. So they take out the Greymane. Great for shrines, great for camps. Also the dive on top of the Garrosh. Any sort of, displacement was huge, or anytime Kael'thas gets gravity laps, you just combo right into them. Like, you just start to just roll your face across the keyboard as a Worgen form, Wolf Boy, and just get the kills. But, ETC. I'm interested, because the only reason ETC into Garrosh I don't think is that great, personally. I think the power slide typically can be punished by Garrosh. Like, you can be great at like not allowing them to get in at all by cycling your abilities, but in this situation I think I don't know. You could still benefit from it. But either way, they're going to go ahead and grab Genji and Uther. So the Uther allowing the Divine Dragon Blade so they can get into that backline and burn the Kael'thas. Flexing on their tank. Interesting. Reborn Knights red. Trying to look at their draft. They're going to need a solo laner, and they're going to need something else for just their 4-member rotation. I don't hate the Thrall again. I kind of like the Thrall, honestly, in my opinion. I like the Thrall for their 4-member rotation. You can stack Crash Lightning fairly easily. Even then, like, Echo Elements is still great, too. And then you can grab... I'd like that Malthael into the Sonya again. I honestly think it was strong, and it could be played extremely well. Though, also to note, Lunara isn't a horrible choice because Uther and Genji cannot deal with that poison. And the vision provided is kind of strong as well. I actually, if I was playing, I would like the Lunara for some extra damage, but Blaze for the solo lane, Tychus. I like that. They know that they're going to be grabbing a second. Is Ignite the new hotness? Oh wait, hold on. Is that the same charity J-How is raising for? Yeah, I think like every streamer is donating to that charity. Oh, the Joanna. I actually really like that for this map as well as just the rotations. I think the compositions for Divine 9 is great, but the post 10 from the members of Reborn Knights Red is extremely scary. Though you still have to consider that there is a Genji Divine Blade, so that's something also. But yeah, I think it is. I think everyone is donating towards St. Jude. I think his is for it's raising charity money before they do some big event. I can't remember. I think it's this weekend. I can't, like, everyone's events this weekend. But let's get into this. We'll talk a little bit later. And Ignite, I've seen it here and there. I definitely have seen Ignite on a few Kael'thas's. And I'd say it's got like 50% win rate. I wouldn't say it's stronger or weaker. I don't think it's not game breaking in my opinion, but we'll find out here in this game number 2. On the left, we're going to be having up one game actually, Divine 9 with Joker 490 Frozen going to be on the Sonya, Phantom's going to be on the Genji, Rabid Penguin going to be on the Joanna, Judge Bread going to be on that Uther, and rounding it out with Jason on the Jaina. On the right-hand side, we are going to be having Reborn Knights Red with Malkor going to be on the Blaze. Stockington going to be on the Stukov. I'm reading chat and then saying the wrong names. Stockington going to be on the Stukov. Rising Guard going to be on the Kael'thas. Arcane Ninja going to be on the Garrosh once again. And Sigi Stamop going to be on the Tychus. Let's get into this as we currently have another, I wouldn't say odd start. Also, by the way, Gravesville, I agree with you. I like the Leoric here. I think it would have been really, really strong, especially into the Sonya. But once again, we're going to have a bit of an, I wouldn't say odd start, but looks like they're going to be spreading themselves out around this map. They're just going to be doing spins of friendship. And it looks like, yeah, we just have bottom lane cleared out by the members of Divine 9. They'll rotate up at this time, but we have Arcane Ninja in the shadows here as Rising Guard taking a bunch of damage. There is going to be the sounds coming out as Rabid Penguin not going to be tossed over the wall, but going to have to pop the Unstoppable, taking some damage even with it, but at the same time, not going to be that big of a deal as it looks like we do have Tychus rotating into this bottom lane. Siga is going to, or excuse me, Sigi? Either way, is going to be rotating down here. Phantom's just going to be rotating out and just getting the poke onto this, pushing them a little bit further back as they go ahead and get the clear here. This is going to be the start of our game where they're just looking for these rotations for the next minute and 40 before the Punisher does pop up. Meanwhile, though, in top lane, we have Joker versus Malkor, and it looks like it's been a fairly even matchup. We'll try and keep an eye on this as it also is going to be Stockington scouting at this camp. They do end up picking it up on the left-hand side for Divine 9, so they will have that pressure into the mid lane. So meanwhile, on bottom, Phantom's pushing in Sigi here a little bit. Oh, what's Jaina's? Oh my god, they dive in. Phantom's trying to get in there with Jason, but it's not going to yield them the kill they're looking for. Meanwhile, though, in mid, they've got this pressure, and they want to try and push this up as quickly as possible, not allowing Kael'thas to get too much of an advantage here. Peeking, though, into top. It looks like Sonya's pushed this up a little bit. Sustain the wave. At least her wave is staying a little bit longer. I'm also just trying to like peek at some of the talents here, as it looks like we do have Jaina into. Ooh, that's going to be the burst onto C. Reflect out from Phantoms will be enough as the silence comes out, but it won't be getting them the counter kill, unfortunately. And it looks like they go ahead and get the first kill of the game on the side of Divine 9. They're also going to go ahead and grab this camp in the bottom lane just to keep this pressure going while the shrine is activated. They're going to have to pull some member out from the from this fight here, as it looks like Phantoms and Jason going to be going ahead and at least Jason going to be making the back here, as we actually have to dive in from the Genji, but a 3-member gravity lapse will be enough to interrupt that. Phantoms, though, going to get the Hearth back in this bush. Meanwhile, though, Sonya harassing them. The retreat pings coming out, and Malkor not able to find them for any sort of dive onto this, but Rising Guard going to be trying to get onto this. They have a lot of poke damage, but Judge Bread going to be there for the heals, as it looks like it is going to be this first shrine starting in, I guess, a little bit in favor for the members of Reborn Knights Red here, because they are kind of in position ready to go for it, as it looks like they actually get the blow up onto Stockington. They go ahead and they get the chain bomb. Actually, I was thinking it was going to be spreading there, but they actually back off and not spread the chain bomb, allowing Jason to work on this camp. Don't know about Q build Uther here. I think the mana return on autos might have been better with Holy will it be Holy Shock then? I don't know. My support knowledge is honestly the weakest part about my casting, but it is Holy Shock. That is like the weakest part about my casting. Like when I have to like sit there and like talk about like Uther talents, like Uther's like the most like foreign character to me, because like I barely play him, because I don't know, like Uther's just like always just like, well, like, you can pick him in some situations, but just pick Lucio, you know, Decker Kane at this point, Malfurion, Stukov. Like there's just like these top tier heroes where you're just like, it's just them. But no, Uther definitely is got a lot of good value here. The only thing is just the healing is a little slow, and looks like at this point they're going to be dealing with it just fine, as they are approaching. They actually already hit 7 on the side of Divine 9. We have the Sonya in the bottom lane. Rising Guard taking a bunch of damages. Phantoms diving in that back line, pushing them back. Make that little bit of... the kill right before the Punisher could leap over and onto Rising Guard, and that could have been devastating. They might have been able to get some value off of that, but it looks like the members of Divine 9 will rotate out. They're going to go ahead and just start to work on the siege camp and just create some pressure into the mid lane, as Jaina is going to be doing the same in top, just going to be grabbing this experience, pushing up the wave, making sure that they have overall map control and not give it over. They've also got about a level lead, so they want to make sure that they continue to hold that, as it looks like the members of Reborn Knights Red are rotating in this bottom. They might have been looking for an aggressive rotation into the Sonya, but it did not happen. Meanwhile, though, mid is going to be stalemated a little bit here, just going to be making sure that they get the clear onto this before they get any sort of damage onto the fort or any sort of pressure into the lane. Now, the one thing I will note, the next Punisher is in the top lane, and it is worked down in favor for the members of Divine 9. We'll have to see if they are able to get onto this, as Rising Guard taking a lot of damage. Phantom's just a magnet onto this Kael'thas, not allowing them to get too far. Like, every time that Kael'thas pops up and the Genji's right by, it just like dives in, gets him down to half health, and it's just like, now you need to deal with that low health, because Kael'thas not too high on health is difficult. And, you know, Stockington does have that good healing, so we don't need to worry too much about that. But at the same time, some extra damage, some extra dive could be the death of them, as 10s are going to be approaching soon. Joker might be in a bad spot. Genji playing pretty well so far, getting the dive onto the backline. 100% agree with you on that. Constantly just being a nuisance into the Kael'thas and not allowing them to... Oh, did they overstep though? No. But once again, I mean, just the same thing as you literally just said, Graveville. Pushing into this backline and just constantly being a nuisance to the Kael'thas, not allowing them to do wave clear Kael'thas things, like playing behind this fort the entire time while the rest of the members will just push up and also take out the one form of sustain that they have for this lane. Doesn't look like, though. Tychus talent at 4. Oh. 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 Interesting. Excuse me. All right. Well, we have a little bit of a fight, though, breaking out this time. We currently have the sounds coming out. We have the Indomitable used by the Garrosh. Okay, hold on. Okay, we do have In the Rhythm. Okay. We have In the Rhythm. I was just like... We have, like, like, the biggest capped questing talent in the game. I don't know anyone who's actually ever gotten that high with the actual stacks. Like, 6,000? 6,000 something? Excuse me, 65,000 some. Either way. Sorry, alright. Currently, though, we do have Tens of Chi for both teams. Divine Shield, X-Strike. Actually, no Dragon Blade. Kind of interesting there. Blessed Shield out from the Joanna. We have also the Wrath of Berserker and Jaina with the Ring of Frost. Then on the side of Reborn Knights Red, we have Bunker, Warlord's Challenge, Commandeer Odin, Phoenix, as well as the Flailing Swipe. So nothing too out of the ordinary. X-Strike, you can make an argument for either one, honestly. I honestly would think that you would do the Divine Dragon Blade. I thought that was I would think that would be the combo, but it might just be to get onto Rising Guard a little bit harder and have that extra damage. We actually have the Phoenix coming out at this time. Taunt will be going out onto Sonya. Cleanse will be there as well. Some poke damage is going to be coming out, but that is going to be a Ring of Frost. And then the Blaze will drop the Bunker as we have the Wrath of Berserker popped at this time. Flailing Swipe going to be coming out, pushing so many of the members back. But at this time, we have the Tychus popping the Commandeer Odin, but it won't be enough to keep them alive. And that is going to be the Tychus kill, pushing them back on the side of Reborn Knights Red. And they move on to this shrine with a lot of damage here, and they're going to go ahead and clear this out fairly quickly. They're trying to push into the mid lane, just keep that experience in their favor. Meanwhile, I do want to note that Divine 9 has a camp pushing into this bottom lane. It's going to open up this gate a little bit more for them and just have that extra pressure. That is a huge asset for the members of Divine 9. Big question is, do they try and go for... I don't think they have enough time for the invade. Tychus is still so far away. Full cooldown on that Commandeer Odin as well. It did not get killed in time to get any sort of, just the 10-second cooldown. Actually, it's a full cooldown regardless. Oh, the friendly toss, the into the fray onto Rising Guard will be enough. So it looks like we do currently have this Immortal barreling down the top lane, and that is a lot of damage going to be going on to Sigi. Malkor going to be getting the Blaze Charge in, and that is also going to be the Phoenix to zone them out, but they walk right around and they say, it's whatever. Jay's not even going to take some of that damage there. Poke damage coming out. X-Strike out as well. Rising Guard a little bit low. Going to jump into the bunker at this time. Looking for the heal. They get that pustule out from Stockington there, and also just the Lurking Arm for some zoning at this time. They'll start to poke on this gate, but I don't think they're going to get more than just that. Actually, not even that. The Arcane Punisher will go ahead and... Is it going to finish out this? Oh, just barely. Oh, just barely. Gonna hold on. But here's the thing. Bottom lane has got pushed in quite a bit. Meanwhile, mid has opened up fairly well. Trying to remember Punishers off the top of my head. I think it's been mid and top. I don't think there's been a Punisher for the bottom, so statistically it should be bottom next. So we'll maybe see them prioritize this lane here, but it looks like they're also going to be utilizing their 2-level advantage here. Invade the camps at their leisure? However you want to say it. Arcane Ninja. Not going for it. Okay. They don't see him on map. And it looks like actually with them kind of backing off here, they do scout it out though, and I don't think they're going to be able to get back in time to even to interrupt this. I'm just like waiting for it. Our Ninja going to be stepping up here though. The Indomitable is going to be used. Kael'thas trying to get that extra range with that level 4 talent. Phoenix going to be coming out just to zone them back. They do not want to lose mid, and actually at this time it is going to be the next Punisher in that mid lane, so they definitely want to open this up on the side of Divine 9 as best they can, just to make it more difficult for them on the side of Reborn Knights Red, just to defend this, because at that point it's Punisher into keep front gate if they get it on the side of Divine 9. Now they're just going to be rotating around, grabbing camps, creating pressure. I like this play. They don't need to play it super aggressive. I was thinking that they might invade some camps here, but we'll see. Because it looks like they're going to go ahead and just work down this bottom fort. Tychus is in top. Once they notice this, I wonder if they're going to try and take the engage. Because this is in favor for Divine 9 here, especially with the talent advantage as well. Do they find an opening into this fight? Pustule going to be spread around. They're going to kind of, pre-Pustule before this fight. Phantom setting up for the dive into the backline here. Going to go ahead and they're just going to start working on the well. They get the toss on to Rabbit Penguin, actually throwing them into the team, making sure they stay away, but that is going to be the fort going over in favor for Divine 9. They open up this map a little bit more. Tychus rotating, though, down into the team. We'll go ahead and actually just help them get the clear onto this. But this is 14 to 13. Even talent tier is just a level difference. They can take a fight on, you know, feeling a little bit safer here. We'll see what the members of Divine 9 do as they're just going to rotate top, get the clear. It looks like most of the teams are going to be kind of grouping up at this time, running together, making sure that they don't get picked off. It looks like it's going to be. Both camps going to be picked up almost simultaneously. Meanwhile, mid, they do have this lane pressured up a bit, but they've got the fort to go ahead and get the clear onto this, as well as the nice stacked up wave. As I said, simultaneous camp's going to be picked up here. We'll see which gets cleared out first. They actually rotate into the top, and I wonder if they're going to try and get that clear so they have the added pressure themselves. Mid lane pressured up a little bit here, and that's exactly going to be the case. They want to get this siege camp cleared, excuse me, this bruiser camp cleared out right away, but they want to take the fight before 16. Commandeer Odin being popped at this time. I wonder if they make the retreat. That is a lot of damage going out. The cleanse is going to be there. Oh my god, the Ring of Frost to slow them down, but that is also going to be the Divine Shield out as well. They save Jason, but a lot of heroics actually being popped here in this situation. Tyke is going to go ahead and just siege up with the Commandeer Odin as best they can while they have it available, but at this time, it is going to be a Frozen Punisher Shrine activated by Reborn Knights Red as Rabid Penguin moving in here, just walking straight into that backline. It looks like we are going to be having the extra come down onto a couple members. We do currently have the Wrath of Berserker being popped, spinning onto Seagust up. Gonna get out just... Oh! Not going to be getting out just fine, as Phantoms is going to get that dash forward, as well as the Shuriken out. Meanwhile, though, Sonya going to be working on the Shrine here, while the rest of the team just pokes out. We currently have a nice combo coming out onto Phantoms there, and it looks like they go ahead and they're going to be taking this. This is going to be a Frozen Punisher in favor for Divine 9. I don't think they can get onto this. Tychus will not be back for the next 5 seconds, not even going to be able to rotate into the friendly team at that point. So it looks like this time, camp grab for the members of Divine 9, and they'll be rotating this down into mid lane and starting to pressure this a little bit harder. Let's see if they can go into the keep front gate. 16 to 14. Leap going to be going out. Charge actually going to be interrupted by the root as well. Rabid Penguin actually going to be coming in. The bunker will be coming down. That is going to be the fort falling. Punisher sitting at 89% health. I don't think it has any bait over the wall at this point, so they're going to have to take some siege damage here as the Commandeer Odin pops. Unstoppable is used, as well as the cleanse onto the Joanna. We have some poke damage coming out from Jason, getting some work onto these forts, but that will be the Punisher working its way through this mid lane. Gate going to be falling, but it's going to be sitting at 18, almost no health, and so it looks like they're going to be backing off here on the side of Divine 9, and at this point they've got the top is just weakened, but the gates have just been opened up a little bit here. Silence out, but they just walk away with a camp and actually get some poke damage onto Stockington as well. There's a couple things you can do here. It's really up to the team what they want to do. They can either set up themselves for a fight, catch them in a rotation, or they can just rotate around and get camps, and that's the safe play. I don't think it's a horrible idea. I definitely think you can get a lot of value here, but overall, I think, yeah, they're just going to go ahead. They're going to grab this camp, create some pressure here, and try and just get maybe some catapult pressure in a lane. 17 to 15. If they can get catapult pressure into bottom when the next Punisher will be top, that's going to be huge for Divine 9. If they can defend this, though, that's going to be the best. That's exactly what they need to defend this on the side of Reborn Knights Red, because bottom lane catapult pressure while you have a top lane Punisher, that is a hard situation to be in. Once that rotation goes out, it's a hard shrine to even gather or defend. We'll see here as they're just going to continue to poke in on this. Wave going to be cleared out. They're going to have to back off on the side of Divine 9. And it looks like, yeah, they'll just back off and grab their own camp and just rotate off. I do think that the next Punisher should be popping up quite soon. They're also going to be having this nice top wave of experience, so they actually get the clear onto this. Pushes them into 16, so it is even talent tier. They're going to be able to fight evenly. Sorry, I'm watching the minimap, I'm watching the rotations. I'm like, are we going to get a brawl over this camp over here? It looks like no. They're just going to be going ahead and rotating over to their camp. Let me see both here. No. Okay. But it is going to be the Bruiser Camp picked up in favor for the members of Reborn Knights Red. They'll go ahead and just pressure this into the top lane, while Blaze will be working on this mid. Genji, though, going to be in the bottom lane, getting the push onto this, making sure that they have consistent pressure on these keeps, and also the lanes are going to be pressured up as well. They do see that the Genji's down there, so they might be able to take a fight, and it looks like that's the rotation they're going to be making. Rabbit Penguin anchoring for the team, making sure that they do see the rotation coming out. They call it as well. They get the blinds, making sure that this engage doesn't happen. The Unstoppable used a little earlier there. They're not going to be punishing it, looks like. Genji rotating up. They're fairly far forward on this map, so we can see if maybe Genji gets it into the backline here. That will be a Ring of Frost onto 3. Phoenix is going to be going out as well. The friendly toss onto Sigastamop, and that will be the kill onto Garrosh at this time. Rabbit Penguin going to get the Blessed Shield onto one member. We have Genji diving to the back with the X-Strike, and that will be confirming the kill onto the Kael'thas. While we currently have Tychus getting killed, not able to get the kill onto Jason. We have Phantoms, though, working down so many of these members. The Shrine is activatable, but I don't think that they're looking for that just yet. They want to stagger a couple deaths here, as it looks like Melkor are going to be popping the Pyromania. The Divine Shield going to be coming out. They're looking for this kill, and Stockington is the target. Genji going to get the Reflect. Will it be enough? They have the slow, but there is no damage coming out, and that will be all the members making out just fine. Meanwhile, though, that will be Jason working on the Mortar Punisher for this top lane, and just creating a lot of just pressure, siege, and oh god, I gotta say, it was a strong play from them. The Genji came into that backline and just absolutely did so much work. And now that they're gonna have this wave pressure, they're gonna have a couple waves pressuring up. Bottom is stacking up quite a bit, so this is the pressure I'm talking about. The siege value that you're gonna get from the Mortar Punisher is extremely high. I really got to say, this is great play out from Divine 9. We're going to see as it looks like they want to take a fight here under the Immortal very early. Actually, it will be walking out of here, so they do not have to fight under that just yet. Taunt going to be going out onto one of the members. They're trying to blow up onto the Sonya. That is going to be the cleanse out as well. They start to spin, and that is also going to be the Tychus jumping into the bunker in the Commandeer Odin form. How does it fit? And actually looking to pop out at this time, but that will be the Tychus falling and the Stukov falling. They get the response kill onto the Sonya, but that is going to be the Garrosh and the Blaze dead here, as Rising Guard will be the next one. Meanwhile, though, the Punisher at 95 health is just going to be like, you know what? Let's make sure we take out that lane sustain. So they take out the well first, and that is going to be the Punisher going right onto the keep here. The rest of the team will be rotating through the lane. I don't know if they're going to be able to pop up in time. Tychus is, I think, the shortest one, and it's 22 seconds. They've got a 70% Punisher. They're already going to the core. And at this point, shielding will drop soon. I don't think they're going to be able to defend this. And this is going to be game number 2 going over to Divine 9. GG. Well played.